Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Bible Verse Light, your faceless Christian channel for weekly encouragement and deep Bible insight. Now let's talk about a verse that's carried millions through storms, Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Let's unpack the power of this promise, line by line.
Have you ever felt tired? Not just sleepy tired, but soul tired. The kind of tired that settles deep in your bones. Life can feel like a long, uphill road with no end in sight. Your heart feels heavy, your spirit feels worn. In these moments, it's easy to wonder if you have what it takes to continue. It is for these very moments that God gives us a special promise. He whispers it to us through the pages of Scripture, a lifeline for the weary heart. This promise is found in Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31, and it is a beacon of hope shining in the darkness, a quiet assurance that you are not alone and your strength is not finished. This verse is more than just a nice collection of words. It is a divine guarantee. It says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength." Think about that for a moment. God doesn't just promise to help you. He promises to give you entirely new strength. He offers a fresh supply when yours has run dry. This isn't a small fix like a patch on a tire. It is a complete replacement. It is God's power flowing into your weakness. This promise was written for people just like you and me. It was written for those who feel they have nothing left to give, for those whose prayers feel like they are hitting the ceiling. Imagine sitting in a waiting room. You are there for a reason. You are waiting for good news, for a doctor's help, for a loved one to arrive. You don't know exactly when the door will open, but you wait because you trust that something is happening on the other side. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 is God's promise for us in life's waiting room. It reminds us that even when we can't see Him working, He is. He is preparing something for us. He is orchestrating details we cannot comprehend. The waiting itself becomes an act of faith, a quiet declaration that we trust the one who holds our future in His hands. So when weariness finds you, and it will, remember this verse. Hold it close to your heart. Let it be the anchor that keeps you steady in the storm. God sees your tired eyes. He feels your heavy heart. He has not forgotten you. He is not distant. He is right there with you in the waiting, preparing to do something extraordinary. He is ready to trade your exhaustion for His energy, your weakness for His might. This is not just a hopeful thought, it is a promise from the Creator of the universe, and God always, always keeps His promises. What does it really mean to wait on the Lord? Our world tells us that waiting is a waste of time. We are taught to hurry, to rush, to make things happen now. So the idea of waiting can feel passive or lazy. But biblical waiting is something entirely different. It is not about sitting around doing nothing. It is an active, powerful choice. It is the choice to trust God instead of trusting our own plans or our own strength. It is looking to Him for direction before we run ahead. It is a quiet confidence that His timing is always perfect, even when it feels slow. Think of a farmer. After he plants a seed, he waits. He doesn't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. He trusts the process. He knows the sun and the rain are doing their work beneath the soil. The farmer is not idle. He still tends to the field, pulls weeds, and prepares for the harvest. In the same way, waiting on the Lord means we continue to do the good things He has called us to do. We love our families, we go to work, we serve others, but we do it all with a heart that is pointed toward heaven, trusting that God is the one who will bring the growth. Waiting on the Lord is like being a passenger in a car driven by someone you trust completely. You don't have to grab the steering wheel. You don't need to shout directions. You can simply rest in the passenger seat, knowing you are in capable hands. You trust that the driver knows the way, even if the road is unfamiliar to you. This is what God invites us to do. He asks us to let go of the control we think we have. He invites us to rest in His sovereignty, to trust that He is navigating our lives with perfect wisdom and unfailing love. It is an active posture of surrender. This kind of waiting requires patience and humility. It means admitting we don't have all the answers. It means choosing to believe that God's plan is better than our own, even when it doesn't make sense. Waiting is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of profound strength. It is the strength to say, God, I will follow your lead. I will trust your timing. My hope is not in my circumstances, but in you. When we learn to wait like this, we position ourselves to receive the very strength that God promises to give. The promise of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 is that we will renew our strength. This is a beautiful picture. It means God doesn't just repair our old, worn-out energy, He replaces it with something brand new. Imagine a cup that is completely empty. You can't pour anything out of it. Many of us feel like that empty cup. We have given all we have. We have loved, served, and worried until there is nothing left inside. We feel broken, depleted, and useless. It is at this very point, the point of complete emptiness, that God does His best work. He loves to fill what is empty. This renewal of strength often comes when we are at our weakest. It is in our human frailty that God's divine power is most clearly seen. Think of a dead car battery. You can try to start the car all you want, but nothing will happen. It needs an external source of power. It needs jumper cables connected to a running engine. We are the dead battery. God is the running engine. When we wait on Him, we are allowing Him to connect His infinite power to our finite weakness. Suddenly, what was dead comes to life. What was silent roars with new energy. This isn't our strength, it is His strength flowing through us. God's strength is not just for the big dramatic moments of life, He provides it for the daily grind too. It's the strength a young mother finds to rock a crying baby in the middle of the night. It's the courage a patient finds to face another round of treatment. It's the patience a teacher finds for a difficult student. This strength isn't a loud, booming power. Often it's a quiet, steady grace that gets you through the next 5 minutes and then the 5 minutes after that. It is God's faithfulness made practical for our everyday lives. He meets us right where we are, in our exhaustion and our fear. So do not be afraid of your emptiness. Do not despise your weakness. Instead, see it as an invitation. It is an opportunity for God to show you what He can do. When you feel you have nothing left, lift your empty hands to Him. Tell Him you are tired. Tell Him you are weak. He already knows, but He loves to hear it from you. It is in that moment of honest surrender that the renewal begins. He will pour His strength into your soul, filling you with a resilience that can only come from Him. You will be amazed at what you can do with His power inside you. The promise continues with a powerful image. They will mount up with wings like eagles. Why an eagle? Well, an eagle is a magnificent creature. It's a symbol of power, freedom, and majesty. But honestly, the most amazing thing about an eagle is how it deals with storms. When a storm comes, other birds fly for cover. They hide in the trees, battered by the wind and the rain. But the eagle does something different. It actually uses the very winds of the storm to lift it higher. It spreads its mighty wings and soars above the dark clouds, into the calm, clear sky above. The storm doesn't defeat the eagle, it elevates it. This is what God wants to do for you. He wants to give you the ability to rise above your circumstances. The challenges, the heartaches, and the disappointments that threaten to overwhelm you, these can become the very things that lift you closer to Him. When you wait on the Lord, He gives you a new perspective. You begin to see your problems from His point of view, from high above the storm. The things that seem so big and terrifying on the ground look much smaller from above. This is not about escaping our problems, but about rising above their power to defeat us. Mounting up with wings like eagles means we are no longer weighed down by the gravity of our fears. Worry is a heavy burden. Anxiety is a chain around our ankles. Bitterness is a weight on our shoulders. But when we trust in God, He begins to cut those chains. He lifts those burdens. He replaces our fear with faith. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of learning to let go, of choosing to trust His wings more than our own tired feet. It's a daily decision to look up, to fix our eyes on Him instead of on the storm raging around us. God is not asking you to flap your own wings harder. He's asking you to rest in His power. An eagle doesn't create the wind, it simply uses it. In the same way, we don't create God's power. We simply position ourselves to be carried by it. This is the freedom He offers. It's the freedom from being a victim of your circumstances. It's the freedom to soar where you once could only stumble. So when you feel the winds of trouble begin to blow, don't despair. Look up, spread the wings of your faith. Let the Lord lift you high above the storm. The promise of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 doesn't end in the sky. It comes back down to the ground where we live our daily lives. It says, "They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Not every day is a day for soaring. Some days are for running. These are the busy seasons of life, the times when demands are high and the pace is fast. We have to juggle work, family, and honestly, 100 other responsibilities. It feels like a marathon, and it's easy to feel out of breath. we wonder how we can possibly keep up. God's promise is that He will provide the endurance we need for the race. When we rely on His strength, we can run our race without burning out. This isn't a frantic, anxious sprint, it's a steady, grace-filled run. It's the supernatural ability to handle pressure without cracking. It's the divine energy to love the people around us when we feel empty. It's the power to keep moving forward with purpose when we would rather just give up. God provides the spiritual stamina we need. He is the coach running alongside us, whispering words of encouragement, giving us the will to keep putting one foot in front of the other. He ensures that the race will not deplete us. Then there are the days for walking. These are often the hardest days of all. Walking is not glamorous, it's the long, slow, ordinary journey of faithfulness. It's getting out of bed when you are grieving, it's choosing to be kind when you have been hurt, it's continuing to pray when heaven feels silent. These are the moments when we are most tempted to faint, to simply sit down on the side of the road and quit. But the promise holds, they will walk and not be faint. God provides the quiet strength needed for the monotonous, difficult stretches of the journey. This is a promise of steadfastness. It's the grace to endure. It's a deep, inner resilience that does not depend on exciting circumstances or visible results. It's the simple, profound faith to take the next step, and then the next. Your waiting is never wasted. In the silence, God is at work. In the struggle, He is refining you. In the walking, He is holding your hand. He sees every step you take. He honors every prayer you whisper. He is with you for the long haul, so take hope. The God who gives wings to the eagle will also give strength to your feet. You will get through this.